Hey guys, so I've got some Pat McGrath goodies here. I did not know that these were coming. Did you? I saw like no promo pics, no nothing, but I was on the Sephora app the day after the sale. I think I was actually tracking one of my orders. So I went onto the app and then I saw this as an app exclusive product and I was like, what is that? So I just immediately purchased them. They're $28 each. These are the Eye Ecstasy mini eyeshadow palettes. And so for one day they were on the Sephora app as an exclusive, and now they're available on the Sephora site. So we're just gonna talk about these palettes a little bit, and then I'm gonna create just one eye look using colors from both of these palettes. All of the shades in these palettes already exist. So there's nothing new here. There's nothing new to see. And I know as someone who loves Pat McGrath, who has all of her eyeshadow palettes, I was a little bit disappointed. But when I took a step back and I thought about maybe someone who has not experienced Pat McGrath yet, or someone who doesn't have all of her palettes, this is kind of like her other mini palette. This is a nice kind of like gateway drug into the Pat McGrath land. So if you've been tempted by her eyeshadows, but you think the 6 pan and of course the 10 pans are just either way out of your price range, or you just find them very, very intimidating, I think these are meant to tempt you. And when I received these in the mail, they were in the very kind of typical gold foil envelope with the sequin stuffing in there, and then there's information on the back there. I didn't realize that these were just plastic. And when I pulled them out, I was a little bit disappointed, again, personally, because I'm used to her other packaging, or packaging that's a little bit more, I don't know, fun or ornate. But when I opened this up, I did feel like I was kind of opening up like a school supply. So I thought, are these geared towards like students? Because I kind of felt like, I don't know, I felt like when I was opening this up, so this is just like plastic, and it's kind of like soft plastic. I mean, it's hard, but it's like bendable, I guess. And when I opened it up, like it doesn't even have a hinge. It has that like plasticky thing there. It just reminded me of stuff that I would buy when I went to college. Like you just bought all of that really random stuff to like cart your school supplies in, to cart your bath stuff in when you had to go use that like communal bathroom, like all that stuff. And that's what this reminded me of. And I thought, is this for like college students? Is this who this is meant for? Because that's what this aesthetic is. It's almost like a pencil case. I don't know, like it reminds me of school supplies for some reason. And it's really, really light. It's very portable. Here's, I don't know, this is the first thing I grabbed. This is just a typical Chanel palette. It's about twice the length, but it's really, really flat, and it's really, really light. So I'm not personally the biggest fan of this like really plasticky kind of packaging, but it does look cool. And I feel like I see the kind of like marketing genius behind this, because I feel like this is very, very much geared towards the younger crowd and to kind of like lure them into the Pat McGrath world. And this is probably gonna work. This is also the perfect like back to school timing. It's also perfect timing because she's dropping another big Mothership palette, and that's coming out September 9th, I believe. And yes, I will definitely be getting that. But you know, let's say you buy one of these, you fall in love with these shadows, and then of course you're gonna need her new Mothership palette. So I have to appreciate the marketing genius behind these, even though not really my favorite. So each one of these is a quint. So this is the Sublime version. And here's a close-up of this palette. And here are some swatches. I did want to point out that this middle shade here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can angle it. It looks like it's puffing out. It looks like basically it's having that problem that the Melt Cosmetics shadows were having. Like they're starting to kind of puff out a little bit. So I don't know what's going to happen with this particular shadow. It seems to be fine. It swatches beautifully. The formula of these, I'm not sure if it's the exact ingredients, but they feel and swatch exactly like her other shadows. Very, very creamy, very, very pigmented, really, really smooth and buttery. So this is the Sublime one. And then here is the Subversive one. So this one, obviously it's a little bit more colorful, and I think these two palettes will actually work well together. This probably for me, and I'm gonna guess for most people out there, will be more of an everyday, and then you can go ahead and accent with one of these, which is a nice option to have. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick eye look with these. I'm gonna work probably mostly with this Sublime one, but I'll throw in one, maybe two colors from this Subversive one. And like I mentioned, all of these shades are already existing, so what I'm going to do down below in my description box is I will write out all the color names that are available in each one, and I'll put next to it where they appear originally. So like if one appeared in like the Mothership 1 Subliminal palette, I will put that next to the color name. So definitely reference that down below in my description box. All right, I'm taking my BK Beauty 202 brush and I'm gonna go into this shade right here. All of the shades in both of these palettes are shimmery, by the way. So there are no mattes in existence in these two little mini palettes. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is Sextrovert. Ooh, I wish there was a mirror in here. It'd definitely make it a little bit more like on the go friendly. Next, I'm going to take some Blue Blood from the Subversive palette. I've got my Sonia G Builder 3 brush. I do want to mention when you open up the lid, it does stay open. I was afraid that it was just going to kind of keep closing on itself, but it does stay open, which is nice. I can just kind of like leave it on my vanity and dip in when I need to. I'm just taking a little bit of the Sextrovert and blending out this shadow a bit. All right, I'm going to take Sinful next and add that to the rest of my eyelids. I'm using my Esom S33 brush. All right, I'm going to use this Illicit color down here with my Esom T05 brush, and I'm going to line my eyes with this. All right, I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and put on some mascara, and I will be right back. So I do feel like these shadows perform just like her other ones. They definitely, like I mentioned, they feel and they swatch the same. I think they apply to the eyes the same. They just behave the same way. So I do feel like if you wanted to get these and you weren't sure if it was, if quality was going to be compromised, I don't think so. These have the same quality as her other bigger palettes. So let me know what you think about this release down below in the comments section. Do you feel like this was just a money grab? Do you feel like this was really, really smart of them? I mean, I feel like it could be both. I feel like it can be a money grab and it could be a really smart, strategically smart kind of release. And I kind of feel that way about these. I really do feel like these are great for the younger set, kids that are maybe going back to school. The timing is great. This packaging, I'm sure, probably really speaks to them. And it's the perfect gateway drug to the new Mothership palette that's dropping very, very soon. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video.